question.
It says 34 minutes. Shalom, this is GMS Holland Sit Downs coming back with the lesson. First off and foremost, I would like to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, B'rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostle of Great Millstone, GMS, for teaching us this truth and that rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect out there spreading this word to succeed in truth.
Shalom,
God, like I already said, actually, this is the second time we recorded Satan trying to hinder us, like always. Esau is the adversary, you know, which the adversary has certain purposes. The adversary has certain purposes, how he can mess us up, how he can do the things that he has to do to go against us. You know, so this morning I went into how the ungodly have their view of life, which makes them to live to the fullest, to the maximus. You know how Esau thinks and how Esau pushes this vibration of YOLO. They're not scared of what they do now. They don't realize that they're gonna get punished for it in a reincarnation, things like that, or when the kingdom comes. You know, Esau has his mind towards us in a certain way too, because he sees we are the men that are trying to do righteous things. You know, so this adversary is really the so-called white man, which really wants us to go off, man. You know, so give me Wisdom of Solomon,
chapter 2.
Start at 10.
Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor, righteous men.
No, start at verse 1 actually, and then you go to 10. Because Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 is a very important scripture. But the most important thing from the chapter is that you read verse 1. Otherwise you're going to be confused because it's kind of contradicting. Why is it contradicting? Because it says in verse 1, this is what the ungodly say. You know? So read.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly said.
For the ungodly said. Okay?
Reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
You see, so this is already contradiction to the scriptures, because a man's life is not once. You know, you come back in the reincarnation. The scriptures, you know, talk about it plenty of times. So what the ungodly say is contradicting. So you have to read verse 1 to understand that it is talking about what the ungodly say. You know, so jump to verse 10 now, because what the rest we read this morning in the previous video, we read this. You know, so we're gonna continue with verse 10.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged.
Exactly. So Esau doesn't care about the aged, the young. You know, Esau wants to oppress the poor. Who's the poor? The Israelites, especially the Israelites that want to walk in the ways of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai. So his focus is upon the Israelites walking in his truth, you know, and neither they don't want to reference the ancient gray hairs of the age. You know, like what you often see is that Jake comes with something new. Jake comes with a new invention, and then Esau doesn't give a fuck, just snatches the invention from them and brings it out like they did it. You know, Esau doesn't care about those things. He's always oppressing us. You know, go on.
Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
Yeah. So they lie in wait for the righteous, you know, because they know that they are the ungodly. They don't believe in the Most High. So they want to investigate if that what we are saying, if what we are doing is correct, if it's gonna mess them up in the end. So can you give me Psalms 64 verse 1? You know, Esau's always observing whether he can mess us up, or he can observe that what we are talking about, what we are saying is correct, and if he has to be scared, yes or no. That's why we always say these elites, they be watching us, they be observing us. They have people that go on our channel constantly and see what we are talking about, that watch the camps, the camp teachings and stuff like that. So give me that.
The Psalm chapter 64 verse 1. Hear my voice, O power in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Yeah, so preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Now hold that and continue.
Want me to continue?
Yeah.
Okay, come.
Hold that.
Yeah, read. Come. Verse 12. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings.
Yeah, so they know that we are contrary to their doings. We don't do the things that they do. Read on.
He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education.
Okay, I have a quick precept. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright is in the way. It's like, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. You see, so that's why it just said. Read it again.
Come. Verse 12. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse
Read it
12.
a little bit softer.
Come. Therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings.
Yeah, they know that we are contrary to their doings. First and foremost, they eat the meat with the blood thereof. They do all kinds of wicked shit. We can go into it for days, man. The wicked stuff that they be doing. We are contrary to their doings, man. We are trying to be upright. We are trying to walk in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, be the spiritual man. That's why the Most High has the right hand side and the left hand side. It means it's contrary to each other.
Cool.
We are contrary to these Edomites. Go on. Contrary to our doings, verse 12, contrary to our doings.
Come, I know. He upbraided us with our offending the laws, and objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education.
Go on.
He professed to have knowledge of Yahweh, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Yeah, so that's us, man. That's the man of the Lord. We profess that we know the knowledge of the Most High, man. And we call ourselves sons of the Most High. This devil knows this. Go on.
He was made to reprove our thoughts.
That's what we constantly do. Give me Jeremiah 28, verse 8. And the scripture where it says, I believe it's in Revelation, he thinketh that his kingdom endured forever.
I don't think that's in Revelation, is it?
28 verse 8, yeah. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8.
A little bit soft.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophecy, both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, so the prophets, they prophesy of war, evil, and pestilence that are going to come. This is not profitable for the so-called white man who is in rulership. So what we speak is contrary to what he wants. That's why it says he was made to reprove. Gone. So what the brother is about to look up is, that he thinking that his kingdom endured forever. I believe it's in Psalms or
It says you're looking for it.
yeah, Psalms or maybe Revelation. I forgot where it is. But that's why we are reproving their thoughts, man. Esau's thoughts is that his kingdom shall endure forever, but that's not the case. Even in can you grab Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. In Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, it also speaks about what he thinks, but that the thing that's not going to happen. Read.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, whereas Edom say, we are impoverished,
We are impoverished.
mean poor, right?
Yeah, read on.
But we will return and build the desolate place. Thus said the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, so Esau thinks he's going to return and build the desolate places, but we know the scriptures. And this is what the Heavenly Father Yahweh says. Read on.
Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Yeah, so we are reproving them with the scriptures because the scripture says they shall build and I will throw down. So the Most High is going to utterly destroy what they think they're going to rebuild constantly, which represents enduring the kingdom.
I can't find it.
And they shall,
Their inward thought.
and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh had
Indignation.
forever.
Gone. So the Edomites are the people against the Most High's indignation forever, man. So those are the people that we are reproving with the scriptures because they are the contrary to the scriptures. They do everything that is against the scriptures. They do everything that the Most High despises. That's why the wicked are an abomination to the just. The scripture that I just read. So give me Isaiah.
Oh, I got it.
You have it? Read it.
This is Psalms 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever.
God. So Esau's inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. But we just read in Malachi that they are going to build up and the Lord is going to throw down.
In their dwelling places to all generations, they call their lands after their own names.
Exactly. And even we was here, in the city of Suriname, Paramaribo, and there was this man who set up the nation of Bolivia, And then I looked at the name, and his last name is Bolivia. So he set up the land Bolivia, and his last name is Bolivia. I said that's probably an Edomite, because why? The scripture says these Edomites call their lands after their own names, to glorify themselves. That's how Esau is, Give me let's see. Read on in Wisdom of Solomon.
Okay. Verse 12.
No. Give me Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29 and 16.
Isaiah 29 verse 16.
God.
Surely your journey of things upside down shall be esteemed
Esteem.
as the potter's clay.
Yeah, so Esau is the one that turns everything upside down, man. What right becomes wrong to him. What is wrong becomes right to him. Homosexuality, all these type of things, So like the book of Wisdom of Solomon says, from the wicked his perspective, what we do is contrary to what he does, which is correct. We trying to do the things that are good to the Most High, and we are trying to reprove them for their wickedness. That's what the righteous man is trying to do. But you see, Esau tries to turn everything upside down. What's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. Read.
for shall the work say of them of him that made he made me not? Or shall the thing frame say of him that framed it, he had not understanding?
God. So continue in Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 13. He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Yeah, those are the men that walk uprightly in the way. Verse 14.
He was made to reprove our thoughts, is grievous unto us, even
Yeah.
to behold.
Yeah, we are grievous unto them, man. Even to look at, man. You know, because we have such faith, you know, which angers people that don't have faith, man. Our faith